Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Hi, everyone, and welcome. This is Krishna Priya. This is the Human Colony Hucolo webinar. It's Saturday, the 28th of January, 2023, and we have, okay, here we go. Okay, and there's my and welcome, this voice on YouTube. And so we have our very wonderful channel with us, Jim Charles. Hi, Jim.
Hello.
Welcome. Hi. Nice to have you again. We're almost at the end of Jan. Can you imagine? It's going so fast.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe it.
Okay. So we have with us, to come and channel in a moment, we have Angie, we have Jim, Barbara, Kat, Daniel, Joan, Yana, Lilypad, Radha, Ryan, Salesh, Safira, Stephanie, Susan, and in your room you have Will and you have
Jack,
whose birthday it is today. So
yes, Jack's birthday's today.
happy birthday to Jack from everyone, and hello to everyone in the YouTube chat. Angie will be watching YouTube. Perfect.
Yes.
And we will be taking questions, just so everyone knows, just for the questions, because we've gotten this question. When you're a member of Human Colony, you get to be in this room. And for the low cost of $10 a month, it's a contribution to the running of Hucolo. You're guaranteed a spot in the webinar. We try to get to the YouTube questions, but the people in the room are given priority, but we always try to take a few. So if you really want to be guaranteed to get a question in with Jim, then please come in the room. And even if you're a member of Hucolo and you ask the question in YouTube, it's harder to get to it because it's hard to sort who's who with all the names. So please come in the room and ask your question. Okay, so, all right. We'll start off with some announcements and then we'll go to blessings and then we'll start all the channel.
Thank you so much. We have our next Hucolo class scheduled for today. It is the Tarot Mastery class from 1:30 to 5:30, both today and tomorrow. We still have a few slots available. If you're interested, you can email me and we can get that set up for you and I can provide the link. Again, that is the Tarot Mastery class. Basically learning and incorporating tarot so you can find different things on your spirit guides, higher selves, past lives. And Krishna Priya will be the instructor on that. If you're interested, send an email to classes@hucolo.org. I will get the last minute information out to you if you're interested.
Perfect. And it starts pretty much after this webinar. So if you're interested, mail now.
All right. We also wanted, the other announcement is we will, because there is the class today and Krishna Priya is the instructor, we will be ending the webinar a little bit early so she can actually prepare. So she's going to step out. I will close out the webinar. So that way, if you're wondering where is she at the end, she's going to step out a little bit early to get herself ready.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, so let's start with some blessings and then we'll go to requests. So we'll go Barbara, Yana, Susan, and Angie. Yeah.
Tatata hana tiki ti hoto ko hahana tiki si. Tiki ahato konobata hakaniata. Hakana koto ko hihiata hakata. Kiti hamata hakashiniata karota. Kipi hahaka na hetiata hotaka. Kikiya na zishiti hakoto kaya. Taka hininiata tokorota. Namaste.
Some travel in their dreams to find the answers to the questions to this mundane lifetime, but many of your dreams are telling you of your greater futures, of your greater outcomes, of the things that will come that you do not expect, that you do not are not aware of in this particular moment. Be aware of your dreams, especially the vivid ones, because they may have some effect on your future and with some effect on what is happening in your now.
Thank you. These are the Arcturians. Testano ko ortana ka aiteo, ort hena ka aite teo tu kurs estahana ka aite, no ko orto o iha, haite teo ko tu orto no ko o iki iha, hanta orte ko oist, hanto ortina kaiteke I ust hante ko ortina ka aiteke aha hate anta ja naka ate ja naka ata ja stokoite ka naka aitete tort hanta ja naka ostene kata haita namo woko ja kata ne.
We see the light in many of your eyes, but there is a greater light to be shown through you. Remember to keep on track with God and all, or the Father or Source. Make sure you are following in the steps that are necessary for you to gain the greater light, the greater understanding, the wisdom, then the things that you need for the future. For everything will change when the time is right.
Beautiful. Ke sakaka e sokototo e ai asia, soko kuia i te tia kotua e a sekete ai atua e a sia kia o sakakaya te ia ki te kaya. Hazia toto e hea i te koto haya tia, hi e su e ai te ia koa, hi te aia ko te aia sia toto e te kaya toa. He asia ko haia si te tia uko a te tia o tia ukia ia sikita ia tokoto te ia sikia he sokoto ia. Blessings.
Even those that are blind can feel the energy of God, of Source, and of all the things that are to come. Their eyes will be opened at some point. They will be given an opportunity to see what is to come. They will be given an opportunity to rejoice in God, in the Father. And they will be given the time and knowledge of all things, because it is time for this world to awaken in a way that they have never awakened before, for the earth is ready to reveal itself.
Shoot. Thank you. I couldn't get back to unmute. Angie, go ahead.
Thank you. Ko horo te ki mi manda ko ata ara se ki I na me akato ko chu ti ki ama o ko oro te kata ata kani beta ka tuhu ara ne ki ina no ko upata ka ti sini ato ko tukua ni ataka.
Find your connection to God in any way possible, through chanting, through prayer, through meditation, or anything that works for you. But directly, God will be with you and shine the light out through you. Find your way.
Thank you.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, we have quite some requests, so let me get to the top of them. We have as a request, Saraswati, the Hathor, Katav. Let's see. One moment. Oh, it's not. Let me move the thing. Okay. For a request for a Kallindi, a Sumerian or Mesopotamian deity, Ninurta. Did I say that right, Ryan?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Ezekiel and Elijah. Someone from Avalon, Saint Germain. Cirrus or someone from the Lyran Council of Nine. A tree elf or a mermaid. A council of five. I'm not sure from what race. And someone that can help with C5, I think C5 protocol. And Sanat Kumara. And is there any, the Kallindi, a group super qualified. And shared, I don't know if you had a request, but is there a request? No. Okay, those are the requests.
What is the C5? I'm not sure what that is.
C5 SETI, if I'm correct, that's the protocol that they use to call down ships to be seen.
Ah, okay.
Is that right? Is that
Dr. Stephen Greer, Jim. I think you know him, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he created the C5 collective experience.
Okay. I understand what it is now.
Okay.
I just had to get a reminder because when I'm going through these things, when I'll go through all that list, it's like, woo, okay.
Yeah, that's a big old list.
Yeah, it's
So-
a big old list.
I know I'm in the South now, so I talk like that. Good.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Let's see who comes.
Oh no, she's saying Council 5, not C5. Sorry, she didn't mean the C5 protocols.
Okay.
Lilypad, where are they from? The Council 5? Because I'm sure.
Actually, I'm not sure. So I would like to know more about them. I heard that the Council of Five is the same as the Council of Nine, but I'm not sure. Sorry.
Okay.
I would like to know more about the Council of Five.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Very good.
Whenever you're ready.
All right. Have a wonderful session, everyone, and think good thoughts, and we'll move directly into the channeling. I am Elijah. The table is set before you. Eat and drink as you may. Be full of the knowledge of God, in the Spirit of God. Know that you are welcome at this table. Know that you are welcome within his presence. Know that he is with you at all times. He is like the friend that you never had that will help you through all things. He is someone that is more than just a friend as well, because he will know you inside and out and be able to understand the difficulties and problems that you go through. Remember that he is with you at all times, and you always are welcome in his home. You are always welcome before him. You are always welcome in his sight. And so therefore, many of you feel like you are not honored, but some of you feel that you are not worthy. Some of you feel that you cannot receive anything from a higher place. But this is the time for you to receive from God those things that are lacking in your life. This is a time for you to pick up and find all the things that you need for your future missions. Some of you are saying, I don't even know what my mission is. But if you follow the light of God, you will be opened up into many opportunities that he will give you, that he will place before you. But you must be looking for them. You must understand that he is working with you and that he cannot make you choose what things that you will do. You have free will. And so look for these things of God. Look for what he has for you to do. Look for him in everything, because God's energy is within all. God's energy is everywhere and in all things. Consciousness exists beyond all that you might imagine. And with this, you must be aware of the light that is within the world that shines without being even within you or even without you. So it is that you are here before him. The table is set, as I said, and you are welcomed to eat and drink of his wisdom, his knowledge, his understanding, his beauty, his kindness, his all. And so therefore, as you sit at the banquet of this table, make sure that you are hungry for the words of God, hungry for the experiences that will come as you move forward in his light. Be willing and able to honor what you have just partaken of. He will give you all the things that you need, all the sustenance and all the growth that is necessary for you to work in the world that is before you. There is many changes coming. In fact, all things will change in some ways. And so be aware of these things. The future is unknown. The future cannot be known. And the future is unsettling. But you will be sturdy in God. You will be sturdy in the thoughts of Him who leads you, in the light that is powerful, in the way of source. Words should not make you falter. You should not be stuck on words. You should not let words tear you apart, for they are only an energy that can be dealt with. Allow yourself the freedom to see the light in the words as they are meant to be presented. There are many things that are coming. Prepare yourself and be full of the light. Understand the light. Know the light. The energy. The distinctions of power. Because these are all for you. There are many gifts in the Spirit. Open them up as you will, as you are able, and as you understand them. Much love, my children.
Much love to you.
We are the Kallindi. We have come to help you with greater consciousness. There are many to follow us, so we will be short. The understanding of expansion of consciousness is just elemental on your world at this time. There are many things that are able to expand that consciousness beyond where it is now. You were taught how to use the energy of consciousness throughout the brain, but you were really not given any instructions how to bring it forth into a powerful meaning. And so therefore, we are here to give you a little bit more expanded understanding of the consciousness. You understand that the consciousness means that you are aware. Awareness is consciousness, but this awareness takes place in more than one aspect. It can be physical, it can be spiritual, it can be emotional, it can take many forms, because the consciousness is a power, an energy that can be utilized. Remember this, there is a time when the consciousness will be in full service to each and every individual. Remember how to move it and how to bring it into the different places in your body. Remember to constantly use it so that it gets stronger and more powerful. If you are not using it, there is no way you will be able to control it in the future. It will be something that will be left behind. And you will need some of this consciousness energy in order to maintain your lifespan in some ways. There is a great deal to understand here within the consciousness, and there is a great deal to understand without the consciousness. Let me explain. The consciousness you may feel is something inward, something that is part of the insides of you, but it can come out of the person and become its own life. It has a life of its own in one sense, the sense that energy has power. And as energy, this power can take form and move away from the body. Even if it's your own consciousness, it can manifest. And so do not look at it as something that is weak or irrelevant. It is very powerful and very amazing. But in order to get this going, you must practice it. You must know how to work with it. And I'm going to expand your thought process on it. Realize that each and every molecule of your body has awareness and consciousness. There's everything in the world that has awareness and consciousness, even a rock, even a stem of the tree, even a molecule, even amoeba, even anything. It has its own awareness, its own consciousness, its own energy. It may not be sentient like you are. Sentience is something different, but it does have awareness of what it is. And so therefore, as your body has trillions of cells, quadrillions of cells, each one of them are sentient, and each one of them can work with you to maintain the body, to heal the body, to provide the body with the energies and strengths that it needs. But you must talk to the body. You must explain to the body what you want from it. You must know that you are able to do these things. You must be able to understand that the body is under your allegiance. You are the God of your body. God is your God, but you are the God of the things inside of your body. They take their lead from you. You tell them what to do. You tell them how to live. You tell them what you want from them. And so therefore, within the body, all the cells are your people, are your awarenesses. So therefore, all the awareness that is in the consciousness and all the awareness that's within the body can be used, and used powerfully, to manifest, to bring forth, and to understand all things. You are part of this great manifestation. God made you this way so that you can rise up and be greater than you think that you are. Remember, He has chosen all of you to understand these things so you may bring them into fruition, or bring them to fruition. Bringing them to fruition means that you will use them and use them well. It is time in human expansion to bring forth that which is energetic, which is beautiful, which is able to be seen by the rest of the world. Your light will shine, but it will not only shine, it will be a powerful example in the world. It is not that you will be going around doing miracles, but you will be able to handle every situation and manipulate everything about yourself and the situation in your auric field. Your auric field reaches out into the world and touches other people, touches other things, is a light of its own, is an energy of its own. The consciousness is there. The aura will be aware. This is what is to come. This is what is to be. So remember that you can do this. Remember that this is part of who you are meant to be. This is part of what is to come. This is part of the future that you must accept. Do not just listen and discard my words, because these words are powerful to your ears and to your being. You will feel them within you. You will know that they are true. You will sense their authenticity and know that I speak the truth. All things around you can be manipulated as well, but you must learn to understand who you are first. You must bring in the power of self, the love of self, because without the love of self, there is no power.
Thank you. Did the person who requested the Kallindi, thank you for coming and thank you for your beautiful message. Safira, did you have a question?
Yes, thank you, Karen. Hello, Kallindi. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
I remember you said you would return and speak about consciousness. So my question is, it's about unconditional love. Many people have had religious experience, training, prayer, metaphysical training, are able to channel, are able to prophesy, so many things. But there are so few who truly possess unconditional love. The person you are channeling through right now is the only one I have met in the last 10 years in this particular group who has it. And I don't know what makes that person able to have it. And what I mean by unconditional love is no matter what ill intent, no matter what words, no matter what is coming at the person, they are able to love. Despite that person, they're able to love the misfits, they're able to love the unlovable, and they don't give up on that love. And there's so few, including myself, who are able to do this. And I believe I have the awareness of it, but I don't have the practice of, I can't shift my heart. Can you please give some understanding? Is it just bad ancestry that has to be restored that makes it hard to practice? Can you please explain that more?
When you are seeking and trying to find unconditional love, this is a trail that you are following. This is a mission of its own to find unconditional love, because unconditional love does not just happen. You must understand what it entails and why that it exists. Unconditional love is the ability to love the God portion of every human being, everything, every molecule, every consciousness. You must find that within yourself. You must first know yourself before you can find unconditional love. Now, even the one that you call unconditionally loving does not always have unconditional love. There are times when that falters and falls apart. But the search and the understanding of it are part of it. And you must understand that you must love yourself unconditionally first. Not that you are arrogant, not that you are haughty or anything of that nature, but you must find the respect for yourself and love for yourself that is required to be able to understand what true love is for everything. Because if you do not love yourself, you cannot see the love in everything else. You must be able to find it within yourself first, teacher, and be the teacher of yourself, because God is there to be your teacher as well. But it is many things. You will go through many different scenarios and learn many different things, because there are many lessons to learn before you can reach unconditional love. You will find great sorrow. You will find great success. You will find loving kindness, but then it will be destroyed. But why is this? It is to show you what all exists in the realm. And so as you understand more and more about yourself, you will understand how it relates to the realm and how it relates to the world. And as you are able to understand that love that comes in from outside and is growing within you also, because it is a symbiotic relationship with God. Your soul is pure love, pure energy, pure creativity, pure all positivity. And as you are seeking God, he empowers that soul, he empowers that existence and makes it greater, because you're working together. And then, and only then, can you reach out and say, I understand what you are going through. I understand how you feel. I understand what you might need. And many times, open ears, listening carefully to what people are saying, what people are understanding, will help you on your way as well, because not everyone knows and understands things the same way as you do. You all have different understandings about different things. And you have all different understandings about the way the world works and what's in it and how dark it is or how light it is. But when you have unconditional love, you see everything in a brighter light. Even the darkness fades away to some extent, and you can see that this darkness covers over great love, because God created every individual with great love and joy and understanding. No matter how cruel or horrible they are, they started off with the love of God, the beauty of God within them. It may have changed over time, but it is what it is. And God has created each and every individual the way he wants them. And he wants them to grow into their mission, grow into their personality, grow into their self, and come out a beautiful light, a beautiful power, a beautiful understanding. Whenever you are unconditionally loving, people will know that. They will come to you because you have unconditional love. They will come to you because they know you will understand, or at least give them a chance to speak their mind. They know that you will not turn them away. They know that you will not be cold. They know that you will not be unyielding with your information, but you will be trying to your best to help them, to understand them, to inspire them, to bring them into the greater light, to know them, and to replenish them with whatever energies you can give them. Now, with those people that have unconditional love, there is a danger that everyone will want to feed off of that energy. So you must be careful to break your contacts after you have made them. For your own safety, you must secure yourself after every meeting so that you may find within yourself the energy that is yours. Even though you may have given much energy of the spirit and of the world and of many things to them, you still must protect yourself.
Thank you. I don't think I want to ask anything else to add or take away from what you've just shared. Thank you very much for being here.
You're welcome.
Thank you. There's a question from Lilypad for you. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Lily.
Oh, hello. My question is how teleportation works, and does your body ask you to do so?
Teleportation works whenever it needs to work. It's not something that you can manipulate freely, because it will be at one point, but not at this point. Right now, teleportation is possible, but it is only possible in times when it's needed. Many of you that are in the light and are moving toward the light and are gaining energy in the light can teleport to other places to be with those that need love, energy, or healing. You may understand this in your third eye area, that you have gone places to heal, to be with people, to comfort, to know their situation, and to be with them at a certain period. They will actually see you there with them. They will actually know that you are there. But it is not something that you are doing willfully, except through the spirit. The spirit will move you to these places where you are needed. If you so desire this, to help other people in this way, you will be sent. But it is nothing for you to get big-headed about or haughty about, because It is of the spirit. It is of the knowledge of God, of the knowledge of source, that this happens. So you're in the future with the understanding of consciousness, you will be able to do this in a different way. But at this time, teleportation works through the spirit, not through the consciousness.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for answering. Well, I wasn't asking personally, it crossed my mind this week, and then that's it. So I was wondering, and one last question: how do you protect of other people to listening to your thoughts? Like other people who are opening, but then they're low density, and they're listening to your thoughts, or they come to your energy, and I don't realize they do, and then they kind of say become offenses towards you. So can you, when I'm around physical people,
authentic love speaks to everyone. Authentic love speaks to everyone, and it is not words, but it is what you are giving to them. Sometimes words can be offensive. Sometimes words can be judgmental. Sometimes words can be different than what they are entitled or intended to be. And so when you speak the words, it's the love behind the words that creates the bond. It is the love behind the words that makes the connection. It is not the words themselves necessarily, but you must understand that that flow of love to them, saying, I really care for you. I really want to understand you. I really want to bring you in to my energy. I want to come into your energy and be one in understanding. That is where the communication begins. Sometimes words are not necessary. It is maybe only the words, I want to understand, may connect you to the other person. And then that is not offensive at all. But they may become offensive if they are defensive, if they don't believe that you mean it, or if they are somebody that is working with negativity. They may want to pull away from that positive feeling. But 99% of the people that you work with or that you are around will respond to, yes, I understand. I want to understand. I love you. I want to help you. The word help is not a good word to use with some people. They feel like, I don't need help. I don't need your help. I want to do it on my own. But your love and concern and sincerity speaks louder than any words.
thank you.
Okay, thank you. There's a question from Daniel. Go ahead, Daniel.
Greetings, Kallindi.
Yes.
I like that speech you had earlier. That was very good. Good information.
Thank you.
Piggyback on Lily Pad's question on teleportation. So you're saying that consciously, quote unquote, jumping from one point of space to another is not the thing. Though some people, such as Dr. Goldberg, has talked about it in his books.
It can happen, but you must be trained in the thought process to do it. It is not something that happens automatically. You must understand how it works. You must understand how to represent it properly. But yes, you can do that in your own knowledge and understanding if you understand how it works. But when it works on a spiritual level, it's more automatic. What he is talking about is something that is learned and something that is done through understanding and appreciation of many things.
I got it. All right.
Yes.
That is all. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you. Wendy has a question. Thank you.
Hello, how are you today?
We are well.
Thank you. The question I have is regarding sacred geometry using platonic solids for manifestation. Can you talk to me about why it has been so effective?
Why it's been so effective is because A, it's provable, B, it's believable, and C, it is a truth. Therefore, it can be manifested in the ways that you understand it. Remember that if you do not understand something, you cannot use it. If you understand the sacred geometry, then it is able to be used because it is part of the understanding, part of the belief system, part of what is a part of all things. As the sacred geometry is, if you allow it to work, even if you don't understand it, give your faith to it and bring it into reality, into a thought process in a spiritual way, it can work that way as well. It can be uplifting, it can be healing, it can be many things. And so, but you must understand that as what it is, sacred geometry, it is a truth, it is a fact, it is something that is real.
Wonderful. So I've been teaching that to a few people recently. Is my teaching broad enough that their understanding is accepting it, that it will work for them?
If the light in their eyes has been turned on by your teaching, then you will know, because their questions will be applicable to whatever it is that you are teaching. If they are not getting it, you will understand that they are not asking the right questions.
Okay, that makes sense. And then the second question I have is in regard to yoga nidra, astral travel out of the body. And so I was working with that and ended up seeing somebody with a child in the oven. And I said, that's not a play thing. That's not a toy, even though it was like kind of in this like museum. And I said, take them out of the oven. And then I carried them out to a playground and was walking down this ladder. So can you help me understand further the experience of yoga nidra and what this message meant and how others can use yoga nidra?
It is for some and not for others. But yes, the expansion of the mind goes many places. It can go there, it can go in many different truths and understandings. Remember this, that as you travel interdimensionally, as you travel astrally, as you travel through wherever it is that you're going through to find these things, you must understand that there are many in need and they will take you to these places. Do you understand that first?
Okay, yes.
And then so now, as you take the person and save them and help them and bring them into a safer place, then that is only the beginning of the story. Because then after that, you must teach them and bring them into an understanding of what has happened and why it has happened. And therefore, many questions will be asked and answered at that time. But remember that this is an expansion of the mind, an expansion of energy, and an expansion of spirit. So you are expanding yourself to bring yourself into this cooperation with that energy that is bringing you to these places. Does that make sense so far?
Yes.
Good. And therefore, many people can use this as a way of interacting with interdimensional thought processes and interacting with truth and understanding within themselves and reaching out to others. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Very good. Did I answer that properly for you?
So then was I assisting the person in the child in the oven, or was I assisting the man with the child in the oven?
Both.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Appreciate that clarification, and blessings to you.
You're welcome. Remember that the man in the oven needed help as well, because he was putting the child in the oven, and that was not the right thing to do. So in this situation, you were helping both of them.
Okay, because the man said something along the lines of, I was only playing.
Yes, but he doesn't know what playing is.
Right, and I corrected him.
Correct. And so you help both.
Okay. And right, and I remember holding the child and checking his wounds and then carrying him outside. Okay.
And that is the beginning of understanding. Once you do positive, loving correction and positive, loving actions, this is the beginning of the quest. This is the beginning of learning. This is the beginning of a new understanding.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. Yana has a question. Go ahead, Yana.
Much love and hello. Wonderful speaking to you.
Yeah.
I know. I was wondering for giving us context who we are talking to. Can you, of my understanding, I heard you were creator beings, and
we are a community. We are all together. We are individuals, but we are together, and we can join our thoughts. So we are a community. We are a collective. We are those that are like you will be someday.
so I understood that you were at a level of creator beingness, that you work on a larger scale of larger assignments within the whole plan. And but you are, as such, we could call you angelic vibration, but you are not of angelic vibration. You have an evolution way, like our path, like we are on. Could you tell us a bit about your evolution as a collective, as a species?
Unlike angels, we were not created to be holy or loving or any of these things. We were beings like yourself. We were a world just like yours, but different, of course. Our species was on a world that only had a couple of different hybridizations or incarnations of other beings. So we came up in a more pure fashion than your world. Your world is very convoluted. Your world is very mixed and blended from many different species. Our world was not. And so we were much more pure to begin with. And so with that thought process, we were able to evolve a little quicker than you are able to evolve. And so our evolution went faster, and we were able to move into greater light and understanding more quickly. You have many, many, many obstacles to overcome to become enlightened in your realm. You have too many different thought processes to overcome to do this quickly, but it will happen at some point if you do not destroy yourself. But I do not think you will. But yes, our people started off in some ways like your people, but in a more pure fashion. Does that help you?
Yes, thank you. That's and could you explain on it within your evolution where you are at right now, besides being of a collective, but what is your what is your function in the whole? What's your daily job? What do you do on a daily basis?
We have come to a place where we are counselors for the galaxy and the universe at large. We want to help those that need it or want to help themselves. We are here to be of assistance to those that need it. Of course, we are still learning ourselves. We will always continue to learn. We will always continue to expand and evolve. However, with what we know now, we are able to help those that are less able, just as you could help someone that is less able than yourself to become more successful. We are doing that with other worlds.
Thank you so much for giving this explanation, and much love to you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Angie, did you have any questions in your room?
Let's take a look.
If not, we'll
Let's see. There. Not that I can see. Who the one Carol just wanted to know who are the group called Kallindi? Who are? It's just a collective of people.
We are a collective. We are individuals, just as you are individuals, but our minds can connect to one another through telepathy, through greater telepathy than what you would ever encounter within the next several hundred years. But we are together and separate, but in harmony with one another. That is who we are.
I just have one other question. Diane Diagonus says she would love to know her star family and brothers and sisters. So what species is she connected to?
Sirius.
Thank you.
perfect.
The name of the one she can connect to is Laurentai.
Thank you.
Just one other one, and that's it says Gary Walters says he hasn't seen any spaceships yet. Where are they? I'm looking, but they're still hiding. Are they afraid of us? To me, nothing seems to be happening.
Do not worry. Do not doubt. They are there. They are not in this density or dimension. They will show themselves in great numbers to your people. They have already begun to do so. There will be many kinds of sightings, many kinds of experiences. Believe and understand that they are there. You have heard many stories and seen many videos or whatever of these different events, but the events will become larger and more undeniable. Do not worry. Whenever you grow enough in fourth density energy, which your planet does not have enough of yet, it is only around 10.5%, you will be able to see into these dimensions. Remember, if you want to see them also, infrared light will help to see these different beings and different crafts. That is how they are being seen by the military. But you can see them by raising your energies, raising your fourth dimensional energies, so that you can come into the same level of understanding and vibration as they are.
Thank you. That's all I have.
Okay, perfect. All right, so I thank you very much for coming. We don't have any more questions for you, but you're welcome to stay, or we would request that the next.
There is another coming.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Much love to you.
Very well. Thank you for having me. It is time for some feminine energy to come here.
Oh,
I am Saraswati.
welcome, Jay Saraswati.
It is my pleasure to be here. The emanation in the room is positive. I like it.
I know that Will is in the room with you, and Will is the one that requested you. So does Will have a question for you?
Hello, and thank you for appearing and visiting us. Please offer your advice on bringing in the sacred feminine, healing the human feminine aspects and the interplay between the two. Would you help with that?
I can.
Excellent, thank you.
Well, you might have to remind me, that was a 3-part question. But let me tell you this, the divine feminine is upon you already. And there is many aspects of the feminine that are working in your world already. It is not being accepted fully, but it will be accepted in some way. The power and energy of the feminine is rising. You must accept it because it will be undeniable. It is that equality must happen in your world. It will take several more years. It is not going to happen overnight. But you must understand there is a great deal of work going on with the divine feminine and with the energies that you bring in with your prayers and your understanding of it. It helps to bring it forth in many different ways. The divine feminine can be seen in more than one way. It's more than just leadership. It's more than just a feminine thought process or more than just a way of being. It is a whole understanding of the feminine mind, of the feminine creative interest in the realm that you are in at this time. The male is a more compartmentalized being with different thought processes that you concentrate on and are able to massively understand in one core thought process. Whereas the female mind moves across the ethers with greater flowing liquidity, because it is able to move from one thought to another in a different way. Do you understand?
Yes.
And so as the feminine mind is moving in a liquid way, from moving from one thought to another, it confounds the male mind. It's not that the female mind is greater, but it has the ability to move from one place to another much more quickly. And so as the female mind is brought forth into this realm in that sense, in that liquid form, it will transform the world and make the world into something a little bit more expansive, a little bit more integrated. Does that make sense to you?
Absolutely, thank you.
Is that the answer that you were looking for? Or is there more questions?
For part 1,
Yes.
as a part of the physical body,
Ah,
as a part of the physical body for the female humans,
yes.
the experiencing the trauma and dis-ease of the human body, according to the female essence, the sacred feminine can help with that.
Yes.
Can you talk about that?
Yeah. The female body is created for reproduction and bringing forth children. That is one thing, but it is not, men think that that is the main reason why females exist, and that is not. It is one function of the female being to be the creative one, to be the teacher to the young, to be that which is a mental mentor to those that are growing. But there are many more aspects to the female body. You realize that it is not the body that is made for the heavy work, is not made for the heavy understandings of physicality, but it was made this way to do more mental work, more thought-provoking things, more energetic things. Healing is something that is universal between men and women, but many times men feel that they are not as good healers as females, but they will become equal in many ways. But the female must teach this in her understanding. The female must teach the male how equality works. Men have been brought up to not understand equality. They are brought up to understand that they are above and they are over the feminine. But females are here to make it aware to all the world that they are equal and that they can be understood as equals, even though the body does not look the same or react the same. They are interactive, and the only way that they can unite is in an equal way, because when the bodies come together, man and woman, they come together so that they are equal. They are interlocking like puzzle pieces. And so this is equality. This is not superiority. This is equality. And so as females grow and understand the understanding of the sacral feminine, they will understand that the body that they inhabit speaks of this and is nourishing to the world, not only mentally, but physically. And so as you are female, you understand that you are becoming Mother Earth in many ways. You are becoming the sacred understanding, just as males are becoming the sacred understanding in a different way. Did I put that correctly for you?
Yes. The Kallindi talked about talking to yourselves. And for me, as a guy, I understand my guy issues with my physical body.
Oh, yeah.
But as a healer, when females come to me, there are other issues that my maleness does not understand.
Oh, yes.
But to the female healers out there, they may understand. Yes. Or to the females out there, they also may understand their whole essence.
Yes.
But getting to that sacred feminine and integrating it fully and allowing it is...
I understand what you're
excellent.
going for.
Thank you.
All right. He's talking about the male sacred feminine, how to integrate it so that males can understand the sacred feminine as well as the females do. First of all, the females must understand the sacred male. But the sacred feminine is this. There is a greater understanding in the female body of creation, of duty to creation, of duty to understanding the things of creation. Males work with creation, but they are not part of it in the sense that they give birth and they understand what that feels like or what that is mentally to a female. That is all-encompassing. The all-encompassing sacred female feeling cannot be experienced by the man, but you can understand it as this. Realize that all that the earth is male and female. Everything that exists works together in that way, and that you are part of that world. You must integrate yourself and understand that you are not to take over, even though they may want you to. You are to give equal opportunities. You are to give equal thought process. But that's hard to do because you were trained very differently than that. To understand the sacred female, you must know how it feels to give birth. But you cannot understand that to a point. But picture yourself as the one that is giving life. You do give part of your life to the birth. It is a part that is necessary. It is part that is there and it must be utilized for birth to happen. But it is removed from the birthing process. And to understand the sacred feminine, you must understand that they become a sacred being when giving birth. And that the sacredness of that is very, very powerful within their psyche at that. It changes the psyche. It changes the psyche. Would any female out there care to tell how it changes the psyche for them? I know for me, it changes how you look at the entire world. And so as you are a single female, you look at the world one way. But when you give birth, you look at the world in another way. And so when you look, that is the sacred female that you want to look at. Because they have expanded their creativity in a way that you cannot. And to understand that is very, very difficult. And I'm trying to let you know that it's misunderstood. It can be very misunderstood because after that, your thought processes change completely to where you understand the world in a different way. You see the world in a different light. You know the world from a creative standpoint, where men cannot feel that creative standpoint. But you must understand that it changes everything about the female in many ways. Not their personality, but their thought processes about who they are and what they've done and what they have brought forth. And it's so important and it's so spiritual and it's so sacred that it changes them. Can I explain it any better? I'm not sure.
Thank you so much. So I'm noticing some of the chat that's going on.
I do not see it.
Does any woman there want to save me? Because apparently my questions are from a guy's point of view. And
yes.
Does anyone want to come and expand on this? And I would wholeheartedly appreciate it.
I understand where you're coming from in the sense, but I cannot really make you grok, if that's a word, what is truly sacred feminine until you experience the sacred feminine. Is there anyone out there that can help?
I'm able to, if you are open to it, but I can also speak to him directly after on a chat.
Right.
How do you prefer it?
Tell me now what you feel. It will help the world.
Thank you. So the broader expansion is first recognizing how your body changes in the carrying of this child, whether you have this child early or whether it makes full term. The whole entire, yes. So the entirety of watching the chemical changes within your physical being, recognizing that you're carrying another being within you, and thinking of having this little miracle bring its first breath. Once going through, whether it's the birth canal or the cesarean section, and I've had both, they're both unique experiences where you are concerned whether this child will actually survive. And of course, you have your own concerns about yourself and those around you, recognizing that this child that you're bringing into the family is not just your child, but it's in addition to the group that love you and is expectant for this new baby to be a part of its group. Further, once this little one is in your care, then you are worried about this baby, making sure it has the right nutrients, making sure that it has love, warmth, protection. And also, as the baby goes from a baby to a toddler, the next step of your expansion is that when you meet other people and other parents with little ones, and even those without, you have this broader expansion of that everyone, every mother, every father, for the majority, want their child to have the same things that you want for your child. And this helps to eliminate any bias between, I think, races. And if you have an open heart to that, and then broadening even further than that, that the next time you meet somebody that you see that they're having a hard day, it brings you an easier opportunity to look at them and say, one time you were somebody's baby in their arm, and the light of everyone's eye, the delight that kept you the shining star of the family. Everybody wanted to watch you and protect you. And although I may be having a conflict with you today, I can see you as that individual. And so that's the expansion as I understand it. Thank you.
The sacred feminine, though, is not been answered. The sacred feminine is that it goes even deeper than that.
The waters of creation?
Yes, it is about creation. It is about the changes, the chemicals, all the different things, because it changes the mind. This is the part of the sacred feminine that's not understand what the chemicals in the mind, how the chemicals in the mind change, and how the things of the brain change after a child. And this is because you see things in a different light in the world, not only in your giving birth, but the whole world changes in some ways. And that chemical change in the mind is part of the sacred feminine. And men see it and understand it as something they cannot be a part of, and that changes how they see the people together. And so as the change in the mind comes, it also, the male must understand his mind needs to also change. He must be able to understand that this is something greater than anything that he has ever done. And that is hard to do. He cannot put himself in that place of doing something greater than what he has done, except for his role in the creation. But he is not the one that has carried the child. He is not the one that has birthed the child. He is not the one that has gone through all the changes in the child, and as the child is going through this thing. And so therefore, the feminine, the sacral feminine, has much to do with this. And with your thought processes, the male thought process, you must, as the child is being brought forth in that 9 months, you must be preparing yourself in an equal way to the feminine to accept what is coming. And that is not easy to do. But the sacral feminine is not about sexuality at all. It is about the energies that come through the woman at that time. that creative energies, that changes in the chemicals, all these things. It's not sexual, it's energetic. And so as the sacred feminine comes forth, it's a new energy. Is that better?
Yes.
Good.
Thank you so much. From what I understand about sacred,
Thank you, Wendy.
thank you. What I understand about the sacred feminine is it exists within both sexes.
Yes.
It's what is honored, and that we all have access to our
Absolutely.
and also to our more introspective side, and it's just about allowing both of the energies. Yeah.
Yes, it is. You are from one place, and so you are interactive in the chemical reactions to some extent. But remember this: you all do have masculine and feminine qualities within you. But to understand that, you must understand yourself.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm going to turn it over to Angie, and I will see everyone next week. And much love to you, and thank you for being here. And I don't know if I don't have any other questions for you. So
I would like to comment further about the sacred feminine, if I might. Oh, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, sure, go ahead. No, it's no problem. Go ahead. And then
Oh.
I'm turning it over to Angie. Go ahead.
Thank you, thank you. One thing that women are not told before they have children is once a child is born, the bond is so deep that everything they go through, we go through with them, especially the pain. That is something that someone who hasn't had a child doesn't always understand, the emotional connection and the everything, the bonding. So that's something to research more and consider. But what I wanted to say to Will is that this is a little bit on the lighter side, but it could also be helpful. Have you ever done gardening? Have you ever grown a plant? Have you ever grown a flower? Have you ever grown vegetables? And this may sound like it's not the same. However, when you do that, the exhilaration of watching this plant grow from the seed, the exhilaration of the step-by-step, the exhilaration of the fruiting of the plant or the flower, and how much nourishment and joy the flower gives, and also the plants give. That could be one small way of experiencing, creating something and watching it grow, and having the joy and the exhilaration alongside of it. That would be one suggestion, one small suggestion of how to relate to it in some way. Thank
The
you.
divine feminine is all around. Yes.
Yes, yes.
It is in nature as well. I am not explaining it well enough for everyone to understand, but I see it, I feel it, I know it. And so thank you for your interactions and helpfulness.
We'll have Joan ask this last question, and then we will close for blessings. So Joan, go ahead.
Greetings. My question is, I thought when giving birth is karma for you. Is that true?
It can be, but it does not have to be karma. It is a very positive energy. It is a very positive and beautiful thing that can create very positive karma all around you and within others as well. Sometimes when a birth is not wanted, it can cause negative karma, but it is not that it is meant to create karma for the female. It is meant to create understanding, wisdom, a new thought process, a new energy, a new way of being. It is not necessarily there to create karma.
Let's see. Okay, and also you said it's a sacred feminine, And so when giving birth is sacred, you said, and how about the people that have not giving birth, even though the women that are single and not having a chance to give birth, are they not sacred?
Oh, yes, they are. But they are sacred in a different way.
I see.
There's everyone is sacred. Everything is sacred. But giving birth is a different kind of sacred. But everyone is sacred. Does you understand that? I hope. There is not one of you that isn't considered sacred, but giving birth is a different kind of understanding and a different kind of sacred. Do you understand that?
Somewhat, but will you expand that to me?
Yes. Giving birth can be a realization of something greater than yourself. And if you do not have a child, if you are a woman who is single, you cannot feel that expansion the same way. You can still feel that expansion, but it will come in a different understanding. But as you are giving birth or after giving birth, you are expanded in a different way. But humans, men, women, all humans can become expanded sacrally and in very, very positive ways and moving forward and enveloping the world in a sacred way. Does that make sense? Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I see myself when I give birth. I see it. I'm more emotional and more loving to people. I guess that's what I see when I,
Yes.
having this little one came to my world. Before, I'm not aware of being loving, but then I aware of myself to be more loving to people.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Yes. It does do that as well.
Susan, I see that you have a question. Is a quick question because we'll have just Will needs to do a longer blessing and we need to cut it. We need to make sure I give him enough time and we need to be done by 1:15. So
Okay. If you need to skip my question, that's okay. I was just going to ask about creative expression and creating energy infused artwork, and if there's any advice to in regards to that, as far as connecting, I know, to music and to art, and I know that you're associated with that, and if there's any information you'd like to provide about our various ways of creative expression, that might be helpful.
thank you.
All ways of creative expression have the masculine and feminine within them. They are a different kind of expression other than birth, but they are like your children in the sense that you have created them. They are there. They are to be looked at. They are to be appreciated. And so therefore, they are a different kind of expression, and they are sacred as well. For you are bringing forth something from other places. You are channeling this energy of creativity into this realm. And so, yes, it is a wonderful and beautiful thing. And we could go on and on about sacred feminine and sacred masculine all day long. There are so many facets to it. It's an amazing topic.
Okay, well, maybe for another time, or I can connect to you through my own channeling as well.
But
So
yes, creativity is very sacred.
okay, beautiful. Thank you. I'll let you go now. Thank you.
Very
Much love.
I will go now.
Thank
Much
you so
love
very
to
much.
all. Hello?
Hi, welcome back.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you for some wonderful information. I just am filled with a lot of loving energy right now. Great messages today. How do you feel?
I feel okay, good. Feel good.
Good. All right. We have just a short time. We're gonna have you do the closing blessing with Jim's interpretation, and then I'll do announcements, and then we'll close for the day.
Come down here so they can
Yes.
see you. Can you see him?
Yes.
Wait.
Okay, wait.
There's
Right
here we
yeah,
go.
right there.
So thank you so much. There was the person who was the impetus of the question, the questioning, understood all the answers. So I appreciate all your help. And yes, it's awkward, a guy asking those questions. So I appreciate your insight and answers. Okay, are we ready? So this is going to be interactive. So they're going to go for like 3 or 4 sentences, and then you interpret. All right.
Oh, all right, very well.
Okay.
Okay.
Tu shahani ikaihisa ataria na hasito orka waha isha atukura arwa hashishaya ka anatu hisa at katari sana atukurshu.
Learn how to remain in light, in the sacred, in the things of God. Learn how to be more than what you are.
Kurshahana isha akaihitara. Kushananata artahatita kucha arhanahasi. Kultananata arshahayatsi. Kaya hasa aka ananita takarata.
The world is your teacher, but also your student. You must also know many things about yourself in order to teach many things to many people.
Haiha kanahasisa. Hurra akacha ayetitiara. Kucha aharhana asiha. Kacha atahana hatakari. Kura hursa. Kashihisa aka. Narahata atahati takarata.
The truth will break through the mundane and show itself in a bright light, and you will understand that you are in the right direction when you know the truth within yourself.
Tihiso urahanate titiarta. Kayahaka anahaseya. Artahatata kachata atari tananawa. Ishohurata anakatatita. Shahayesa akahayesha isahaka urahanawaha.
Be sure to treat others even better than you will treat yourself. It is a greater rule. It is a greater understanding, a greater love. For you are giving, and you are the one of great love that must be shared.
Sihisa arhana tutariata. Kashahaka anatakarsaha. Shihiso uruhusa anahasi. Kaishahata artananatita. Harshahaya arhakaihiata.
Hold on to the light, keep it, love it, share it, be a part of it. Do not sway away from it. Let it be an everyday thing. Let it be sacred in all the things that you do.
Tututukashaha at kanahariata atahariata tadikasha. Hutananata artahashiha. Ishkanata takariata. Ishkananadia ratanahataha.
Bless the waters, bless the mountains, bless the earth, bless all things. Let him all see the blessings that are able to be given and purify all.
Turhanahasiaka. Shasha atahanahati. Kurhusu ultanana. Isahata takarshahea. Iniaraha. Iriarananaka.
Be the light of all things, not just to others, but to the earth itself. For it is an entity that is growing and expanding. Your light will help it to become what it is to be in the next realm.
Kashisa Ananiyarata.
Many blessings, much love, and may all you be at peace.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Will. Okay, thank you, everyone. We are going to end early today. We've got a class this afternoon, 1:30 to 5:30, the Tarot Mastery class. If you are interested, we still have a couple slots available. It will be starting in about 45 minutes. Next week, Karen will be hosting from India, and it will be an open channeling forum. So if you have questions, we'll see you next week.
Krishna Priya, that is.
Krishna Priya. It's like a
Yes.
married name. You got to get used to it. Thank you
All
so
right.
much, everyone. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you all next week.